Hey Ava, can you figure out how to put that Alfredo in the oven? So to keep an eye on the time in class and at 45 minutes come out of class and go in there. She doesn't need to stay with it. She just needs to put it in the oven and then come back.
That was great. Thank you. Good morning.
Good morning.
How y'all doing today? Thumbs up. Anybody get to enjoy the weather yesterday?
Yes.
Hope it's going to be like that today too. Well, welcome. Thanks for being here on this gorgeous day. Glad this was what you chose to do with this hour. We come together here because we are better together in that we can do more to actually affect change in the world when we work with others. In this community, we're working with people who don't necessarily think like we do or necessarily believe like we do. And because of that, I think we have potential that very few other places have. That said, whoever you are, whatever your age, race, origin, orientation, background, status, ability, identity, if you care to be here with us in mutuality, you are always welcome. We endeavor to treat respectfully those of different paths and opinions. We endeavor to walk with reverence for life and do what we can to make the world a little bit better, more compassionate, more just, and more loving for everybody. We start these services with front-loading it with a little information, and I believe we have a board person who's going to share some announcements with you this morning, Susan Young. Thank you for stepping in.
Good morning, everybody. Sure is a nice day. We have a few announcements. Today, directly after the service, we have music and a potluck. So, please stay. We have Bob and Gail and Pete that are going to play for us. So I'm excited. Our giveaway plate is North Louisiana Interfaith, the coalition of various church groups who do a lot in the community. One of the things we're working on right now is encouraging people to get out and vote. So please make sure you do that. Coming up, we have an election coming up. Noah Wagstaff is our person of the month. Thank you. He's just an all-out super guy, RE, and anything else that needs to be done around here, Noah takes care of. Next Friday night, it's game on, 7 o'clock. We have game night, and we have all different kinds of games and snacks, so please come to that. It's from 7 to 10. And then, let's see. Coming up October 20th to the 22nd, there's a statewide Unitarian retreat in Baton Rouge. And we really need to know if you're going or not, so please let Barbara know if you're going to go, because folks are going to let us stay at their houses. So we need to know in advance. Can't just come knocking on somebody's door the day of. Anyway, that's what we have for this week. Thank you much. Building grounds. 10 to 2 next Saturday, be here. Building grounds. Thank you for reminding me.
Good morning. Some of you may have noticed that Susan Caldwell is out of town today, so I'm a cheap imitation of her. I want all of you right now to please take out your phones. I know you have them here. Get them out. There will be a clip. get credit, so to speak, for hours, because like I said, we only have 4 right now. And you're gonna vote anyway, so go ahead and get on it. Speaking of which, the election is October 14th. If you haven't early voted, which closed yesterday, if you don't know your polling place and that sort of thing, the Secretary of State's website or app can help you figure that out. I can help you figure that out, let me know. But next Saturday, there's some statewide elections, local elections, amendment issues, those types of things. And I believe that's it.
Okay. Thanks.
Yeah.
Just real quick, the reason why it's important for the pledge to vote thing is that Interfaith can actually use those numbers and say, this is how many people actually voted in this election. So they're actually tying that data back. So you pledge to vote with Interfaith, and then they get to say, when they go talk to a politician, like, and this is how many voters we sent to the polls on these days for these elections. That's one of the reasons why it's important.
And for you guys watching online, if you couldn't hear that, Ben was saying that the reason it's important that we get counted on Interfaith's numbers is that when Interfaith approaches politicians about issues, we can say we have this many people who are consistent voters who care about this issue. So it gives us more power when we're trying to advocate on issues. Thank you.
Makes a difference to those folks. And to us. They won't let me in on my birthday. Yeah, uh-oh. Y'all want to sing a little bit? It's going to require the low voices. But you can sing the same part up an octave, and that would be nice. Just so things are audible all through the room. So, take the word real clear. Now, the one part goes like this. You don't have to sing with me yet. Now let us sing,
Sing, sing, sing, now let us sing. Sing, 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 lift up your voice. Be not afraid.
Now
Let us sing the power of the
whatever.
faith within.
Of the
Faith within.
Okay, that's only F sharp, G flat. It's not A flat, it's not E. Not as low as it was earlier. Okay, so who wants to try to make it?
Sing, 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 now lift up the voice. Be not afraid. Let us sing of the power of the faith within.
Those are the same thing. Like this. Okay. One part, somebody want to try that one? How about everybody try that one? 1, 2, 3, now let us
Sing, 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 now let us sing, 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 lift up your voice, be not afraid, let us sing for the power of that faith within.
How are you doing? Feeling a little timid. Okay, let's try. The second part goes like this. I'm going to sing it low first. Sing to the power of the faith within.
Sing to the power of the faith within. Lift up your voice, be not afraid. Sing to the power of the faith within.
I'm seeing some smiles. I'm seeing a lot of. Okay, let's try that one. Sing to the power of
The faith within. Sing to the power of the faith within. Lift up your voice, be not afraid. Sing to the power of the faith within.
That can also be done on Now, if I'm willing to stand here and sound like this, you have no excuse not to sing. Okay? First, we're going to let this side do the first part and this side do the second part. Okay? Then we're going to swap, and then we're going to let y'all do whichever part you want. Okay, we've got how many verses? 3 or 4 anyway. So it's faith, hope, love, light. Okay? First part. Second part. 1, 2, 3. Now let us
Sing to the power of the faith within. Sing to the power of the faith within. Lift up your voice, be not afraid. Sing to the power of the faith within.
let's stay in rhythm with one another. Maybe I should just clap. Yeah, we're going to change verses here. Are we on hope? We're on hope. Now sing to the power. Yeah. Okay, are we ready? 1, 2. Now
Sing to the power of the hope within. Sing to the power of the hope within. Lift up your voice, be not afraid. Sing to the power of the hope within. Sing the power of the hope within. Sing to the power of the love within. Lift up your voice, be not afraid. Sing to the power of the love within. Sing to the power of the light within. Sing to the power of the light within. Lift up your voice, be not afraid. Sing to the power of the light within.
rise above your spirit. Sing which part you want. I'm going to do a little song.
Finish.
Y'all do the swap.
Okay. Take on
Sing.
Love within, lift up your voice, lift up your voice. Be not afraid, sing to the power of the love within. Now let us sing, 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 sing. Now let us The power of the light within. Lift up your voice, lift up your voice. Be not afraid, be not afraid. Let's sing to the power of the light within. Did we get a little twinkle of daylight somewhere? Thank you. Please be seated. Yeah, it makes a difference when you have two song leaders, too. Thank y'all. We're counting how many people it takes to replace Susan when she's gone, and I think we just made it to 6. But I knew she was a 6-person. So we have a responsive call to worship this morning. Actually, we have 2 responsive call to worships this morning. I hope you can see the screen. These words come from Sophia Lyon Fawes, who was the quintessential preeminent religious educator in this tradition. She was foundational and has remained so even after her life. And Vincent B. Silliman. First reading. We gather in reverence before the wonder of life, the wonder of this moment, the wonder of being together so close, yet so apart, each hidden in our own secret chamber, each listening, each trying to speak, yet none fully understanding, none fully understood. We gather in reverence before all intangible things that eyes see not, nor ears can detect, that hands can never touch, that space cannot hold, and time cannot measure. Let religion be to us life and joy. Let it be a voice of renewing challenge to the best we have and may be. Let it be a call to generous action. Let religion be to us a dissatisfaction with things that are, which bids us serve more eagerly the true and right. Let it be this sorrow that opens us to the way of sympathy, understanding, and service to suffering humanity. Let religion be to us the wonder and lure of that which is only partly known and understood. An eye that glories in nature's majesty and beauty, and a heart that rejoices in deeds of kindness and of courage. Let religion be to us security and serenity because of its truth and beauty, and because of the enduring worth and power of the loyalties which it engenders. Let it be to us hope and purpose and a discovering of opportunities to express our best through daily tasks. Religion, uniting us with all that is admirable in human beings everywhere, holding before our eyes a prospect of the better life for humankind, which each may help to make actual. Thank you. Do I have anyone who would like to help lead the first part of our chalice lighting this morning? Come on up. Thank you. Good.
Wait.
We got more.
Oh, wait. Okay.
Grand entrance. Very nice. Ready?
We light this chalice to celebrate Unitarian Universalism. This is the church of the open mind. This is the church of the helping hands. This is the church of the loving heart. Together, with mind, hands, and heart, we care for the earth and for each other.
Thank you very much. Who's doing the honors this morning? You can step up there if you'd like. Thank you. I'll get that. Thank you so much. That's going to be interesting. We light this flame for the art of sacred unknowing, humbled by all that we cannot fathom in this time. We come into the presence of what we do know, perhaps the only thing we can ever know, that love is now and forever, the only answer to everything and everyone in every moment. That was written by Amy Carol Webb. She is a minister in Florida who wrote songs that our choir has done before. One is the song Stand, that we haven't done in a very long time, but it's a great song. She's a musician, singer-songwriter, minister. Every endeavor begins with a first step and encounters darkness and difficulty along the way. We know the darkness of ignorance, of fear, and of tyranny, yet we know the dawning of the light, the beginnings of hope, and the renewal of life. Blessed be the eternal power which inspires us to kindle this light. Blessed be the source of light and of life. Here today in this place and with these people, may we listen so that we can hear. May we hear so that we can feel. May we feel so that we can know. And may we know so that we can change ourselves and this world. May this chalice we light our way. Would you rise in body or spirit and say with me the unison affirmation? Love is the doctrine of this church. The quest for truth is its sacrament, and service is its prayer. To dwell together in peace, to seek knowledge in freedom, to serve human need, to the end that all souls shall grow into harmony with the sacred. Thus do we covenant with each other. Our hymn is Spirit of Life. Spirit of life, come unto me. Sing in my heart all the stirrings of compassion. Blow in the wind, rise in the sea. Move in the hand, giving life the shape of justice. Roots hold me close, wings set me free. Spirit of life, come to me, come. Thank you. Please be seated. I bet that battery's dead, huh? Yeah. Yes. We're going to try some exercises today. And there's a reason for it. So I hope you'll kind of play along. I would like for you
to say the first word that comes to mind. Don't wait to say it, just popcorn. Okay. Now make the first sound that comes to mind. La da 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 da. Okay, now say the first word that comes to mind. Eternity. What does it feel like when everybody's doing something different? Exciting. Okay. What else? Chaotic. Awkward. Fun. Different. Happy. Crazy. So, okay, I want you to remember all these words that we're saying now. Because we didn't know what was going to happen, did we? How do we usually feel when we don't know what's going to happen? Anxious. And I'm sorry, I didn't hear what you said. Nervous. Uncertain. Scared, kind of. We are not generally comfortable with the unknown. But there's something thrilling about it, isn't there? No? I heard fun and exciting and...
but also terrifying in a way, too, because I have high anxiety, I'm sorry.
No. Many people do.
I have terrible anxiety.
You know, and some of it, I mean, there are adrenaline seekers who are not happy unless there is chaos and the unknown and stuff going on. And then there are other people who are uncomfortable when things aren't clearly delineated. Is either one wrong? No. Is there a place for all of it? So, does anybody know what paradox is? Somebody want to give me what a simple definition might be? Raise your hand, please. Okay.
A self-inconsistent, contradictory set of propositions that include some form of logical fallacy that must discover resolve.
That's the adult definition. That was great. I would say abridged is a couple of things, two things that seem like they would make each other not true, but that can actually be true at the same time.
Like Schrodinger's cat.
Right. It's a philosophical thing. She said like Schrodinger's cat. That's a story, and we're not going to do that right now. But you can look it up. It's really easily, you can search it up. I heard that expression yesterday on the radio. Search it up was something that a parent wanted to correct a child and say, look it up. But it's something that's been around for at least 20 years, and it has to do with the internet. And the changing of language that we are watching happen real time, because things don't stay the same, do they? Do we want them to stay the same most of the time? Do we want them to be predictable? Do you want to know you're going to have something to eat today? Do you want to know that you're going to be safe? Do you want to know that you will be welcome someplace in the world? Okay. There are things that we want consistency about. There are things that coexist in this world that don't seem like they would get along, but they have to. And there are things that are all a part of this world that seem like they couldn't be at the same time. So, today when the kids go to their classes, the people that stay in the sanctuary, we're going to be talking about paradox a little bit. We're going to be talking about things inside ourselves that might be in conflict with each other, and try to start some dynamic thinking about what we might do with that. I'm not going to be giving answers, so if you guys have some ideas, be sure to share them later and with each other, okay? All right, thank you. You want to help me sing the kids out? Go now in peace, go now in peace. May the spirit of love surround you everywhere, everywhere you may go. It's nice to have young voices in the service. Excuse me. This reading comes from Sean Parker Dennison, who first starts with a quote from Dr. King. We must develop and maintain the capacity to forgive. If we are devoid of the power to forgive, we are devoid of the power to love. There is some good in the worst of us and some evil in the best of us. When we discover this, we are less prone to hate our enemies. Sean goes on. I've been doing a lot of guest preaching lately, and it's always a little awkward. I often don't know how the congregation is used to doing things. Recently, I've tripped on my robe, forgotten to extinguish the chalice, called someone by the wrong name, and gave the wrong musician the head nod to cue the anthem. Oops. Sometimes I feel embarrassed by my mistakes, but all in all, they're relatively small things, except one. I preached recently in a building that was a beautiful old chapel in the country. Because it was old, it was one of those buildings where accessibility was a challenge. The congregation had just finished, I think the paint was still wet, installing an accessible entrance and bathroom. They'd installed a small elevator before that. They were understandably and appropriately proud, and I was enthusiastic in my gratitude as they showed me the improvements. Then they took me upstairs to the worship space and showed me the pulpit, which was up 4 steps on the chancel. Those steps are not a barrier for me, but they would be for others. And we'd just been celebrating their good work in making the rest of the building accessible. And I choked. I stammered out something like, "Too bad those stairs are there," which was neither very polite nor very helpful in reminding them there was still work to be done. And then I preached from their pulpit, even though it was inaccessible and even though I had a commitment to preach only from accessible places in rooms. So Sean was going around and would only speak from accessible places, but made an exception because they had been working so hard to make their building accessible, and because Sean made a mistake highlighting the work they still had to do. Anyway, and then I preached from their pulpit. In this case, that just would have meant preaching from the floor rather than going up the steps to the pulpit. The hardest times to hold ourselves and each other accountable compassionately is when the work has begun, but there's more to be done. We want to acknowledge the effort, and it feels a little awkward to say, "What a great start. You did something great, but you're not quite there." And sometimes when we're the ones who have begun to change, it's hard to hear, "I'm still going to preach from the floor since no one else can access your pulpit." And yet, as Dr. King says, we have to grapple with our incompleteness. We have to understand that we, like everyone else, are always going to be a mix of good intentions and incomplete effort. Good results and some things that don't turn out that well. And yes, even good and evil. We are sometimes selfish, sometimes complicit with systems that do harm, sometimes the cause of pain and injustice. Until we can hold compassion for ourselves and others, until we can be forgiving when we fall short, our love is incomplete. Dear Spirit of love, help us understand that to be human is to be always learning, always growing, always incomplete. Let this knowing enlarge our compassion for ourselves and for others. Help us grow in our capacity to forgive and to accept forgiveness when we make mistakes, and in this way become more capable of loving ourselves and each other. Amen. So be it.
Things we hold too close, we cannot see. So I want to let all that I hold sacred go free. Oh, I know Staring at the sun will make me blind. So I need some time in darkness, yes, yes, to keep me in the light. Dreams we hold too tight cannot come true. So I want to give all of my old dreams to you. Oh, I know I could ride this train from here till the day I die, but I'd rather check my baggage here and tote it around the sky. Oh, no. No, 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 no. Things we know too well get in our way. So I want to question my own answers every day. Oh, I know the whole mystery can't fit into one mere mind. So I'm learning how to empty out and take it one piece at a time. Some time in darkness and meet me back in the light.
So let's also have a little definition of holding space. This is really from a psychological standpoint, and it's from a website called Holistic Wellness, okay? But simply put, holding space means showing up for someone, being fully present, and without judgment as you sit with that person through their difficult time. You listen fully. You allow yourself to feel their pain and negative emotions so that they don't have to do it alone. So far, we're talking about paradox. We're talking about holding space. But what sits with me a lot and feels confusing and concerning is that we are Unitarian Universalists, right? We talk about doing what we can to learn how to love and be compassionate for and respect or recognize the dignity of every single person on the planet. And we know how easy it can be to get sideways with people, and how hard it can be to forgive people that we know hurt others or that feel like they're about to cause great pain. But my question, the thing that I sit with, we try to actively go out and do justice work, to stand in solidarity with the people that can be marginalized or not have a voice at all, and to try to do things to move forward in our understanding and our inclusion. Like, we're selling the building. One reason that we're selling the building is it's not accessible, and we can't make it that way. Just like the reading for the meditation. But if we stand there and we're taking a side, and there's always another side, who's creating the middle ground? Who is holding the space for the sides to come that want to come together to be able to come together? If the Unitarian Universalists are not the ones doing that, then who is? It's a whole lot easier for us to stand with the sides that we believe are right, isn't it? Than to try to figure out how. We don't have to be the bridge, but if there's not a place for a bridge, how can anybody build one? Internationalalert.org. Preventing or ending direct violence requires people to talk to one another, build relationships, and come to agreement about how to resolve conflicts without fighting. Humankind has been at war as long as humankind has been running into humankind. A new one started yesterday. Maybe we don't think it will ever end, but isn't part of who we are supposed to be, even though it stands in opposition to other parts of who we are supposed to be, isn't part of who we are supposed to be the ones who are capable of holding that tension, holding that space, containing that paradox long enough that somewhere down the line it might find resolution? It often requires, same website, it often requires a shifting of power and greater social equity. Power seems pretty dynamically shifting these days, doesn't it? And in some very scary ways. Things that we have held as givens for generations are holding less sway with a whole lot of people. Trying to understand that can be enough to keep me baffled. Why people work against their own self-interest. Advocacy and neutrality trying to coexist. I think of someone who was in Shreveport for years when I met her when I was a junior in high school, so that was 1970, 71. A guy that was a year older than me was a really good musician. And we were buddies. He was teaching me some stuff about guitar, but he went down to what at that point was part of what was called the Bottoms in Shreveport. And we went down there, and there was a woman there who had set up one of those little rinkety three-legged movie screens on the dirt in front of this big old two-story house and was going to show movies to the kids in the neighborhood. First time I met her. Her name was Sister Margaret McCaffrey. Now, Sister Margaret was Shreveport's Mother Teresa for a couple of decades anyway. She did stuff to help people meet electric bills, pay for medicine, get clothes on their backs, find work. She had a housing place for women, a housing place for men, and a place that fed 200 people a day, at least one meal. And she had a way of dealing with people so that she was always joyful and knew that she could call up some of the big shots in town and say, I need a little money for this. And they'd give it to her. At the same time, if someone was going to be put to death in the state of Louisiana, Sister Margaret was at the courthouse on the steps doing a prayer vigil. When the Gulf War was about to break out, she had a prayer vigil at St. Joseph's. Standing against anything that might kill people. It made her less popular with a lot of people. So in a way, standing for her principles made her a little less effective in all of this incredibly compassionate work she was doing other places. Still, she was an advocate. And still it affected her efficiency. We are not fond of stretching our minds to incorporate the unimaginable. But, you know, over and over again, I know y'all get tired of hearing me say this, I go back to how little we know about this world we live in. We don't even know how planet Earth works. We've never been more than a couple of miles deep into the core, into the crust. We've never been to the core. We don't really fully, as best I know, grasp gravity. What makes it work that way? We have no idea where the universe came from or where it's going. In a whole lot of ways, we don't understand our own biology. The matter and things that we experience as reality are 4% of what's out there. 4%. So it's always good for my spirit, good for my heart, good for my trying to stretch me a little bit to go back to how much I don't know. And that somewhere in all of this, the things that are unfathomable to me belong. You don't have to agree with me. And it's certainly not how it feels when we're in the middle of it. And it's not trying to dictate what we should do about it. But that question is a very real one for me. If we're not holding that space, who in the world is going to do it? And how can we do it? You know, the Voltaire, no, not Voltaire, let's see. I don't think it was Voltaire. I can't remember who did the original quote. Oh, it was Hillel, the elder. Said, if I'm not for myself, who will be for me? If I am only for myself, what am I? And if not now, when? That quote has been attributed to everybody from Ronald Reagan to Emma Watson, who's one of the actors in the Harry Potter movies. It's been attributed to Albus Dumbledore, Robert Kennedy, George Romney. On internet, you can find all of these attributions. And then, you know, John Lewis did a paraphrase of it that was more clear and maybe a little bit more pertinent for us about if not us, then who? If not now, then when? If we truly wish to help things in this perpetually spinning world change for the better, we have no choice but to examine what is and isn't effective at altering the course of events. How many times have you stood at a protest march with a sign hollering, and there were people on the other side of the street with signs hollering? Did anybody on either of those sides change their minds? Makes you feel better, though, doesn't it? I mean, to get out there and do that expression, but it doesn't accomplish anything. Once upon a time, demonstrations had some traction because there wasn't the internet. Communication happened more in person than it does now. Word of mouth was a whole lot more important, like actually speaking with somebody rather than posting something that could be a troll. Somebody just flat out lying for the sake of stirring you up. But we want to go back to the things we know how to do that used to work. And maybe in a lot of ways, those are things we need to go back to. But we have to find a way back there that's not just walking backwards. Our closing hymn is "Let There Be Peace on Earth, and Let It Begin With Me." I think many of you might know it. There are a couple of phrases that have been changed to be more inclusive. But I would invite you to rise in body or spirit. If those in the choir would like to come up and help sing it a little bit louder, that'd be wonderful.
Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be. With God as our Maker, we are family. Let us walk with each other in with me. Let this be the moment now. With every step I take, let this be my song now. To live each moment and love each moment and peace eternally. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me.
Thank you.
Could not sing God. All right.
Don't look for mercurial engineering and topographical boundaries here. There are no maps or charts or careful delineation logically exuding the ransom X factor. There are no Alberto VO5s to lengthen and strengthen and make your hair more shiny and manageable. You cannot find your way out even by leaving a breadcrumb trail. There is no trail and no end, only space between the universes and exhilarating spasms of yes, not yes, love, not love, and is, not is, for all the whirl to never for to be seed against. I like this guy. We'll have to share some more in the future. Universal mystery, guide us away from the desire to shine light in all the corners. Teach us to embrace the night. For without the darkness, we never see the stars. I do not know where we go when we die. I do not know what the soul is or what death is or when or why. What I know is that the song once sung cannot be unsung, and the life once lived cannot be unlived, and the love once loved cannot be unloved. I wish all of us the courage and heart to stretch a little bit, ask a little more about what we don't know, and continue to go where we're called to be. So be it. Go in peace. Blessed be, and amen. Stay for the potluck.
Here it comes, eyes wide open, snap along, yeah. I'm in a tight spot, I don't know how to get out. It feels white hot, I need an escape route to give my best shot. And though I have my doubts, I got my eyes wide open, yeah. I need a miracle, I'm in way too deep to reach the pinnacle. From the bottom of the heap, so steep, can't sleep, beep, beep. You got to keep eyes wide open. Alright. You put your head in the air, shoulders square, eyes wide open. I keep a steady stride, side to side, eyes wide open. You keep ears tuned in, journey begins with eyes wide open. Hand on the plow, feet on the ground, eyes wide
Watch out, watch out, watch out. Watch in, watch in. Look out, look in with eyes wide open. Dig out, dig in. Bug out, begin to look out, look in with your eyes wide open. When you got no idea where to go, what to do, no idea what'll pull you through, no idea, well it's up to you to keep eyes wide open. Cause there's a miracle waiting in the wings, miracle, gonna make you sing the miracle. You just do one thing, eyes wide open. You put your head in the air, shoulders square, eyes wide open. Steady stride, side to side, eyes wide open. Keep your ears tuned in, journey begins with eyes wide open. Hand on the plow, feet on the ground, eyes wide open. Last time, here we go. Watch out, watch out, watch out. Watch in, watch in, watch in. Look out, look out, look in. With eyes wide open, you dig out, dig in. Bug out, begin to look out, look in. With your eyes wide open, you gotta have eyes wide open. You know you need eyes wide open, eyes wide